So whenever you see, so the notation is the part that I don't like. So what we need to do first is decipher what the notation means. Do you see how this notation looks like it's saying f plus g? So like add the two things together. And then doesn't it look like it's saying multiply by x?
Yes.
Okay. This is a spot where somebody decided they were going to use shorthand, right? Like they were going to try to write it simpler, and it is worse. Really what this is saying is take f of x, your function, and add it to g of x. And somebody was just kind of being lazy and they didn't want to write the x twice. So this is really what we're asking you to do, are to take the two functions and add them together. So I'm going to give you multiple functions, and you're going to have to do different operations with them. Okay, but all of this is stuff you've done before in terms of operations. We're going to add them, subtract them, multiply them, and divide them. So there's not going to be anything new that you haven't already seen. Okay, so f of x plus g of x. So I'm going to even do this in two different colors for starters. I'm going to do my f of x in this lovely peach shade. Does anybody else want some colors from up here? I've got all sorts of markers. Anybody? Bueller?
Hey, my instructor made that joke yesterday.
I love that. Your instructor is the same era I am. Here, I've got a bunch out here. Does anybody want some colors? I think it's going to help today.
I got some highlighters.
Okay, you can use highlighters. I've got all the colors.
Oh, they just
Miss
wrote me
Littleton
random.
gets jealous of all my pens.
Flare pens.
The flare pens. Oh, you guys, I don't hand these out very freely, so this means a lot that I am allowing you to use my lovely flare pens. This actually, isn't that deep, Miss Littleton? Like that's saying a lot.
I'm gonna take a poll.
No, I'm showing my.
That's saying a lot that I'm sharing the flare pens, you guys. I can't even.
Can you trust us? Sure.
I'm also sharing them because I know I have an extra package in my desk.
This blue?
A little more open to it.
Oh wait, I don't want this color. This color's too close to my other one. Hold on, I'm gonna switch you out to this purple. Oh, sorry.
No, this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let me make sure this one works. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna use different colors. Let's make our notes look beautiful.
Don't lose them.
Yeah, I know. You guys.
These
This
are
is
really special. If you lose these, we know where you live on
You're in
Skyward.
trouble.
We know your schedule is for next
Sure,
hour.
you know your middle names.
We will be at your next hour.
Oh, Demise.
I'm serious.
We will find you.
We will find you. Okay. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is take f of x. So f of x, I'm making this peachy peach color. And so it's saying to take f of x. Do you see how f of x equals 4x squared plus 3x plus 1?
Yes.
So I'm going to put that in here. 4x squared plus 3x minus 1. And then it says to add g of x. What does g of x equal? So I'm going to add g of x. What is it? What does it tell me g of x is equal to? X plus 2. So you're taking the peachy peach function and you're adding it to the purple function. That's all we're doing. So we're going to add like terms. Now I'm stuck and I don't know which color to use. What color should I use for my final answer once I combine them? Should I go back to blue? I think I'm going to go back to blue. All right, let's add our like terms together. Is there a like term buddy for 4x squared? No, so 4x squared. Does 3x have a like term buddy?
No. For X.
Yeah, x, exactly. So 3x's plus one more x, how many do I have? 4x. And then I have a plain old number friend right here. I have a -1. Do I have another plain old number friend? 2. So -1 plus 2, careful, what's that going to be? 1. And that's your final answer. So you're taking one function and you're adding it on to another. And that's all we're doing. Okay, next one is asking me to take, so again, I hate the notation that they used. This is really saying, let me decode it, f of x minus g of x. That's what this is really asking you to do. Again, I hate this shorthand notation because in being lazy, you've made it so much worse. Doesn't it look like bothers me. I'm like, usually with math, I'm like, I'm good with how we did things and notated things. This is a spot where I'm not good. All right, so let's start with f of x. What was my f of x again? What was it?
4x squared plus 3x.
And then I'm going to subtract all of g of x. So when you subtract, you're actually going to want to plug in whatever you're subtracting in parentheses because that subtraction is going to apply to everything. And honestly, I could have put parentheses here, but it really wouldn't have made any difference. So g of x, what did we say g of x was? X plus 2. So when I distribute this negative, it's going to become negative x minus 2. So let's combine our like terms. Does 4x squared have a buddy?
No.
Still no. Bummer. Sorry, 4x squared. All right, 3x. And do you see how it's going to be 3x minus x?
Yes.
So 3x minus x is what? 2x. Good. And then last but not least, negative 1. And then do you see how this is going to become a negative 2? So this is going to become a negative 2 when we bring that negative over. Negative 1 minus 2 more. What's that going to give me? Negative 1. If somebody borrows $1 and then they borrow 2 more. Negative 3. Yeah. And again, you can use a calculator for these. Calculators are fair game for everything here. Okay. Let's do the next one. The next one is saying, again, it's not the best notation. Take f of x and multiply it by g of x. That's what it's, if we decode it, that's what it's really saying to us. Ooh, we've changed f of x and g of x. Do you see how we've come down to example 2? And we have new ones. So always be on the lookout. So this is my new f of x. Good morning. And then this is my new g of x. All right. So this one is asking me to multiply, and I did not leave myself nearly enough room. This is bad news on so many levels. Okay. Oh
Maybe
no, we
an
can't
extra
skip
sheet.
it. I might give out some post-its so we can extend. Do you know what I mean?
was-
It's almost
you
like a
gotta write
page
small.
extend. Okay, so what is f of x this time?
X squared minus x plus
Yes. Good. So that's being multiplied by, again, I'm going to put them in parentheses. What is my g of x? What is g of x? Look up above. 2x minus 3. Okay, we're going to need to FOIL that out. And I don't have enough room, so here's what I'm going to do. This is going to be like my page extender. Does anybody else want a page extender? I'll just give everybody one. If you don't use it, you don't use it. But I need more space, is what I need. Note to self for next year's note packet. Right? Make more room. Silly. Or pick something that's not quite as involved to multiply. Either would be delightful. All right, you guys, we got a lot of multiplying to do. Are you ready?
Yes.
This is going to be our toughest problem of the hour. All right. If I have x squared times 2x, that is going to give me 2x cubed because there are x squared and x to the first. Okay, that one's tricky. X squared times negative 3. Negative 3 x squared. All right, Now, I'm going to distribute the negative x, so be careful because it's negative. Negative x times 2x. What's that going to give me?
Negative 3x.
Ooh, close. Negative 2x squared. Negative x times negative 3. Negative times a negative, so positive 3x. And look at me, I've already run out of room even on my page extender. Okay, negative 12 times 2 is going to give me negative 24, and then I have a bonus friend there of x. And then negative 12 times negative 3 is going to give me a positive 36. That's a lot. It's a lot of multiplying. Okay, let's start with the x cubed. Are there any other x cubed buddies? No. So 2x cubed. All right, negative 3x squared minus 2 more x squareds. What's that going to give me? Negative 3 minus 2 more. Negative 5, nice. Okay, now I've got 3x minus 24. And again, remember, if you're thinking that's too much to do in my head this morning, 3 minus 24. I can't put in the x's, but I can put in the numbers. So that gives me negative 21x. And does my 36 have a buddy? No. So this would be your final answer. Do you see why I needed my page extender? Like that was not enough room. Okay. The next one is written wrong. This one should have a division sign. So this should say, and you know I'm going to rewrite it anyways. This should say g of x divided by, oh, there's an h of x hiding in there too. G of x divided by h of x. We've got a third function I wasn't even paying attention to because we hadn't used it yet. So this one should have had a slash in it. That's not some math that I'm doing. That's something that should have been there. All right, I'm going to make h of x pink. I need a third color. If you need a third color, go grab another one. All right, g of x is in the numerator. What is g of x? I'm going to put it up top.
The 2x minus 3.
The 2x minus 3. So g of x goes in the top, 2x minus 3. What goes in the bottom?
X minus 4.
My x minus 4. Now, the nice thing about these is they're not going to simplify. So this is going to be your final answer. So at first when we did these problems, because we did this real recently in Algebra 2, they were like, oh, I don't want to divide. That sounds awful.
It does look awful.
It does look awful. But you're not going to divide with these. Actually, just once you put them into the fraction, you're done. And they were like, oh, it's not that bad. So at first glance, they were like, are we doing long division again? Like, that doesn't sound fun. Nope. You just put it into the fraction, and then you move about your day. Okay? So you're going to read what it's asking you to do. So there are different things. Maybe you add, maybe you subtract, maybe you multiply, maybe you divide. And then actually do whatever it's asking. Are we good? Okay. If you